the previous game. What do we think about this one, though? With the lineup they have, is it going to be able to compete versus Liquid's 5-man?
Yeah, I'm happy with what Spirit's got. I think the Void pick is something that's looked really, really solid, and they've got a good draft around it. As long as that Void lane goes well. It's actually going to be Zai on the Abaddon playing in the off lane. This is going to be, I think, an interesting lane just with the Curse of Avernus against the Faceless Void. It could be something that gives Yatoro issues. Depending how this safe lane goes for Spirit, I think that's going to dictate a lot of how this game looks for them. If Yatoro is just playing catch-up all game, trying to farm like a late Midas and unable to join too many early fights, that can be an issue for Spirit. But I also think that lane shouldn't go that poorly when they've got a Lich in it.
Or I think they saw him. A bit awkward now. Does he want to level up the time walk? Not even required. Have you seen this Faceless Void icon, I suppose? I don't know what else to call it. At the top of the screen? I've never seen it look like that before.
It's the Arcana, I guess this is? Or is this a Persona?
I think it's the Arcana, but like max level that apparently no one else has, or maybe no one else uses.
Oh, that's why it changes up the top? Okay, I have not seen this. This is new for me. I mean, I love how sick even just the picture at the bottom of the screen looks on the Void. Very nice set. This is yeah. Some nice work, Valve.
All right, so we saw last game that with both supports playing in the side lane, they were able to get first blood. And this time, Mira, he was ready for it. It was a blood grenade that came out of the trees and didn't connect onto Mira, so he was chilling. Big reason why he gave the tip over to Boxy or Insania.
So, yeah, we'll see these lanes unfold here. It will be the Boxy, Pugna, and Insania playing the techies in the safe lane. So putting the techies in the safe lane, to me, that kind of signals that Liquid really wants to prioritize this lane going well. I feel like you send the techies to the lane you want to win the most, just because that techies is kind of that lane winner. And they're trying to give Mickey as good a time as possible, and also just not give Collapse like the best lane, because this Beastmaster, if he has a good lane, can really snowball out of control with that Aghanim Scepter.
Do you have an overall preference on like 5 or 4 techies at this current stage, or do you feel like it doesn't really matter?
I think it doesn't matter, and I think even these days, like 5 and 4, like I think in terms of like the way you look at it these days, it's like support is support in some sense. Obviously, there's some supports that are going to get more farm, but sometimes you'll have games where like the 5 support's getting more farm than the 4. It's more about like what your lane duo is, I think.
Bottom lane, nice setup from Insania. Not just a lot of damage, it's enough to get the kill, and maybe even a second as now Mira is going to be chased down. Insania's going to have enough mana shortly for another round of the Sticky Bomb, and with that getting spellcasted, Mira will be the second to fall. A double kill for Insania. So looks like it's going to be another repeat of game 1. At least the position 5 on Liquid is off to a great start.
Yeah, this. I mean, that's why I don't think Techies 4 versus 5 matters. It's just like sometimes you want to prioritize winning your off lane, sometimes your safe lane. Occasionally there's going to be like a hero on the other side that the hero may match up better against, so that's why you want to send the Techies. But so much of the strength of Techies is the fact that regardless of which lane you send it, the hero functions just fine.
Looks like some of the other lanes are looking pretty good though at the moment for Spirit. Lyle's off to a great start, 15 and 4 compared to the 9 and 2. Universal versus Universal. And I wonder what the item build is going to be out of Zai on this offlane Abaddon too.
Yeah, so far obviously Vanguard teed up with the Bassi. I think we could see, probably just some of those kind of utility items coming out. Solar Crest could be very nice for your Bloodseeker, for example. But maybe kill on bottom. Yeah.
Nice recast from Insania. He's going to be off the mark with that first attempt. With the second one, gets a connection onto Collapse, which should be chased down. They will get a return killer, but of course, Mickey very, very happy with that exchange.
Yeah, this bottom lane has started off fantastically. Techies dying, not really the biggest deal. Bloodseeker gets the solo XP. Techies gets to come back to lane with full health and mana. Ready to go with some more blast-offs, already level 3, so this bottom lane is a big, big problem. Only 6 last hits for Collapse's Beastmaster. This is so far not been a very good series for him, with the Wyvern game also being a bit of a struggle.
Wonder what they're going to be able to do to make sure he actually has a game. You know, he's starting to send the ball back to stack up the Ancients. As meanwhile, Maposhka almost goes down to Boxy. Not going to have the damage though, so it looks like he's okay. But they will still get a kill down bottom though onto Mira. And they're even going to continue now, be able to shove Collapse out of the lane. These levels are going to start to really get an issue. And they cannot play bottom now. I don't actually know what they're going to be able to do on Spirit's off lane.
Nope. Top as well. Bit of a brawl going on between the Pug and the Lich here. Maposhka going to be the one worse for wear with Boxy. This Nether Blast spam just doing wonders against the Lich. Like, Voids can't really come over to help. He's just, you know, trying to just hit these creeps. And I think Lich, you can't be picking those fights.
Collapse. Yeah. Oh, okay. Nice telekinesis from Mira. I thought Mickey was still going to go for the chase down.
He lives, but this is not like a feels good kind of moment where you live. You're like, at least, you know, you survived this one with a big creep wave coming to your tower at least. That would have been pretty bad if he did die right as this creep wave was coming close.
Nisha might die mid lane, lol.
Okay.
With the rotation out of Maposhka, got the refill in the bottle. And also gets a kill as well. And Nisha's going to miss a lot of creeps under the tower too, so... that is so important for Spirit. This is the only lane. I mean, Yatori's getting a lot of farm top, but
yeah,
Lal is really bodying Nisha mid lane. So the fact that they're going to further enable his start is huge. As bottom again, Mickey. It's like they're going to be off the mark with the Bloodright connection. Both supports are going to start to rotate down from either side. Boxy to look to get involved. Maposhka as well from mid to bottom he goes.
Yeah, a lot of heroes just making their way down bottom. It seems like they're just happy giving the Abba versus Faceless Void a kind of free farm versus free farm. And I think if you're Liquid, you know, you can give Void free farm if these other lanes are going well. Particularly, obviously, bottom is being stomped, but if they can kind of equalize in this mid lane, or as long as Nisha gets a game and you fight around maybe some of these power runes, you're going to be pretty happy with where things are at. Although it does not look like Liquid are that well set up maybe for the 6-man power runes. Tekis is coming over and nearby, but tricky for them with the lane pushing in mid to actually go for any of these power runes.
See if Lal can use it though, that's the big thing. I guess you have your Mortimer Kisses ready in the Invis. Maybe your, I guess with your Toru getting solo experience top, it's going to be a faster chrono. Lal's actually going to look to go to bottom though.
See Invis. Don't think this was scouted out. The Radiant Ward did not see this coming. But the Beastmaster's playing so far forward, he almost kind of... Oh, they're tipping him. They know.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I mean, Nisha's just hitting the tier 1 mid. He's like, yeah, he's down there. They know he grabbed a power rune too, so... tips him back. That's it all.
Oh no, he misses the cookie onto Nisha. So, not a good fast couple of minutes. Nisha now was able to get some much needed catch up. What was definitely a favorable start for the snap fight. Meanwhile, another kill bottom and wasn't even required with the Rupture. In fact, that kill gives Mickey level 6 and Insania's 5 as well. 7 minutes in. Oh, God.
Back-to-back games where Insania is just having a dream support game. Getting the levels, getting, you know, kills for him and his team. Not being like that sacrificial support that sometimes, you know, if you're on the back foot, like with Spirit Maposhka, you know, he's not going to be getting any farm or levels for some time. I wouldn't expect level 6 until maybe 12 or 13 minutes in a game like this.
So, at least, Zai top lane, is he in danger? No, okay. Ultimate popped and instantly shrugs it off.
Got Chrono though.
Still they're continuing to get the damage out. Now with a Chrono drop from Yatoro as well. Zai's a pretty beefy man. Another round of the Aphotic Shield is going to try and juke to the north. They will still get the kill nonetheless. Both offlaners will take a bit of a spill. Now mid lane though. Lal's going to be cautious. Liquid, they're starting to converge on his location. Nisha's going to try and get the double jump in, so a lot of spells committed for the snap fight. Even Mickey is here as well to look for the cleanup, and with the first movement speed, they should be able to chase him down. It's going to take a little while longer with the Bloodright missing, but Mickey has plenty of movement speed to be able to catch up to him. Looking for a cube deny, and Lal will find it. And that I like that tip. Very nicely done. He will give it back to Mickey.
He's like, yeah, you wasted all that time coming here, and I'll just happily deny myself, so... an okay outcome for Spirit, although still, you know, their mid lane are going down. Not like the ideal scenario for them, but, you know, wasted time for the Bloodseeker, and at least a scenario where they're not going to be feeling like things are going too wrong. And 5 seconds before he's got ulti.
Oh, just too late though. That bash. Beautiful timing. And meanwhile,
Yep.
I was going to say maybe they can think about going for Collapse. I think they know about it. He hasn't showed in the lane for quite some time. He's going to be chilling to continue farm. Nisha, nice jump away. Mira's telekinesis wasn't long enough with only level 1 in it to set up for the cookie.
And that was the smoke rotation. They were looking to take a fight bottom, ideally to kill like Mikke's Bloodseeker. Liquid going to respond with a smoke of their own that gets popped awkwardly. They don't actually connect to Mira with the smoke pop, so just going to get down some wards and come take out some of the enemy jungle camps. Find some neutral items and maybe try set up for a fight around here.
They should know though. Very nicely done from Miposhka. Is going to be able to scout them out. He will die for it, maybe. Miposhka. Looks like another round of the spells from Insania secures the kill. But of course, you're fine with that. The smoke doesn't really pay off for Liquid. They were going to consider about wrapping behind the tower to get up to low, but they've very much stabilized what was looking like another really rough start to a lot of the lanes.
Yeah, and so much as it comes just from the pressure they put on Nisha. Like, his lane didn't go particularly well. Hasn't been able to find too many successful rotations. When they did rotate the Bloodseeker mid for the kill, there was the deny, so Nisha's not got that much farm. He's same net worth as the Beastmaster, who is well and truly caught up at this point.
Are they going to smoke on Spirit? Maybe they need to deal with one more wave before they can think about making a play. So eyes need to be towards that Chrono and the threat of the Mortimer Kisses. Bottom lane, actually.
Down bottom,
well, there's the Kisses. Raw used this up. They've even got a Centaur as well. Collapse with the helmet of the Dominator. And not... Sir, you've used all your tips now. We're 11 minutes in.
Look, they were tips well used. You know, he may be out, but he's like, it was worth it. I think Mikke is also out of tips, though, but I love the camaraderie. Every time one player tipped the other, it was always returned. So we'll see. Bottom tier 1 tower being defended for now by Liquid. The Beastmaster going for the Helm build, showing that it is still alive and viable, but bottom lane is something that Liquid do not want to give up.
And the fact that Collapse is the position he is in the net worth is just crazy to me. And he got that, I think it was a 4 stack, maybe 5 stack at the right Ancients. He's still got a triple at the triangle, so looks like the net worth is only going to continue for him. They will make an attempt top lane onto Yutoro. 3 heroes going through the Twin Gate, and he's already used the Time Lock as well. Oh, this is so scary for Yutoro. Yeah. 1 stun is really all they need. They're going to try and bait the Time Lock back to the team. Do they jump now on Nisha? It's going to be insane. You're looking for the charge up, but the blast off just off the mark. Toro will be fine.
Well read and well positioned by him, and it's a big win for Spirit. They've had Beastmaster just farming an Ancient stack. He just farmed a triple stack. He's almost level 10 now. He's getting massive. The Void escaping that gank, remaining top net worth as well, with the Midas heading into the jungle now, so feels like Spirit's in a really good position here in game number 2. They've had to kind of give up ground to Liquid. It's been Liquid making all the plays. You see they're up 8 kills to 5, but in terms of the economy game and where things stand, I much prefer Team Spirit's position.
It seems like they have a pretty big team fight advantage as well for Spirit as this game goes on. Like early game that can be penalized because of the high cooldowns as mid. This is alright. Trying to force maybe some rotations out, but with the shield rune, we truly see how survivable he is. But do you see that being an issue for Liquid as this game goes on? Is that maybe they are unable to combat into a lot of the big ultimates that Spirit can play with?
Yeah, it feels like Chrono is just like a almost guaranteed kill on anybody that except for a Abaddon. So, you know, since Void's had such a good game, like, you know, obviously he wants to hit like 2-3 hero Chronos, but even just hitting a Bloodseeker can just win you a fight. With the Mortimer's Kisses follow-up, tons of damage from the supports. Team fight-wise, I think Spirit have a massive advantage here, and there's a big, like, I think Liquid was hoping to get like this kind of farm and level advantage, so here you can utilize some of like the defensive items from supports, the Pavises, things like the Avernus, Aphotic Shield. to give them a way to kind of combat Spirit in these team fights.
Oh, Yatoro. Ready to go with the Chrono. Liquid instantly look to split away, not giving an opportunity for the multi-man ultimate. That means they'll still get a freebie. And a Corey as well, that flies on over the top.
Well, the build we're seeing from the Snapfire, this is kind of like the old school Snapfire mid build. The Atos is maybe a little bit new with the universal hero aspect, wanting all the stats, but going for the boot to travel as a follow-up, so just going for the kind of spellcaster build, at least for now.
Oh. They actually want to go for the Void. Miro with the stolen blast off. They're going to have the damage with the stuns. They will. Spirit. Incredible read. Miro was starting to... Whoa, Yatoro. All right, why not? He sees a freebie, drops the Chrono, is happy with that. That is a statement Chrono as well. Get out of my lane. Easy tower now for Spirit. And this net worth lead, it's all of a sudden got into 4,000 gold.
Yeah. Definitely a Chrono that's going to force Spirit maybe to play a little bit more defensively, but Yatoro says, screw it. I see Boxy. I kill Boxy.
Yeah, meanwhile, as well, the triangle, Mickey and Lowell have their own 1v1 and no more tips, so Mickey will hope the voice lines do a good enough job. Lowell just charged in, I think, with the haste rune, thought he could get a free kill onto Mickey, but Rupture's pretty good to mitigate a haste rune, so in the end, you're pretty happy with that for Liquid.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of kill they've been hoping for some time. One of these big priority core kills. Give Mickey some catch-up time. Once he gets his BKB, it does feel like it's going to be go time. I don't think this is a game they can just afford to have slow down and try play like a scaling game against a Faceless Void. The longer it goes, the harder things are going to get the Team Liquid. See this kill again here. This was so well executed. The chain stun on a Void Spirit, absolutely perfect.
For me, my big question is just, when is Zai going to feel like he can start to get involved? Maybe now with the Echo Saber completed for him. As we've seen, he's been really playing his own game so far through the first 15 minutes, and the team has very much needed him. Now he's going to start to play with the boys. They're ready to go down bottom if anyone shows, but Spirit won't take the bait. Yatoro might shortly, though. This could get scary. Nisha will show, though. Oh, man, couple seconds away from Yatoro getting killed. He might still, though. Okay, never mind. Yeah, he's just always got that sixth sense. I don't get it. Just what? Just randomly backs off at the last second. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we saw it earlier in the top lane. Like, it's been a nightmare for Insane to actually land a blast off on him. He's just reading these rotations perfectly. Zai, meanwhile.
Oh.
Not much he can do to get away from this one.
Stole the borrowed time. Let's see what Mira can do with that. I mean, it's not crazy still, but it's like maybe he can play a little bit more aggressively inside some of the fights, like bait some abilities, face check, get some information. We'll see.
Oh, Insane, yeah. Being chased down here. Looks like he'll have some ability to get away, but it's a bit of an awkward spell for Rubik because you want to be, you can't just, not cast spells in a fight. And if you're just sitting back waiting, he takes the Duke rep, which is also not the ideal spell, but it's something. Probably just cycle through that, maybe try grab a techie spell. The blast off and sticky bombs have been very nice when he could get his hands on those spells.
It's a great read from Boxy there with his position. It's a very calculated death. Oh, actually, Nisha, this is not a death you want, though. Yatoro can get in range. He might not even need Yatoro's damage. Just gets the dissimulate out. With the double strat, Yatoro, does he just go for the Chrono? He does. No hesitation. Drops it down. And now, oh, it's in a perfect spot as well for them. Look to move on over and get Roche.
Yeah. I mean, we always highlight and hype up Yatoro and how many heroes he plays his diverse hero. His Void is going to be one of his better heroes. So every time I feel like I see him on Void, he just looks so comfortable, making all the right moves. I mean, we've seen multiple times where he dodges these ganks with his positioning and time walks away. The Chrono read there, where he's like, the TP and Fog, you're like, he could have kept running, but he just kind of had the sense that he's going to be TPing there. Hits him with the Chrono, just absolutely flawless play from him this game.
I didn't have dire vision up. It looked like Collapse may have been in a spot to scout out, but let's pretend like he wasn't and give the praise of Yatoro. Let's give the praises because this man has had an incredible game. Blind Chrono, 5-0 and 2. Mjolnir into BKB is going to be the item of choice for him. He is uber rich, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. And well, for Liquid, we spoke about their issue with potentially scaling, and I don't think it's... I don't know if they're going to be able to compete with it. Like, you've got a Void Spirit who's far behind. I mean, Zai's going Blink Dagger next item, but with this Aegis Spirit, they can just look to take so much map control thanks to the build that Collapse has gone for.
Yeah, and like Liquid have heroes that don't necessarily play well from behind. Like, I think Void Spirit and even Abaddon as a core, it's kind of like there's not a whole lot you can offer your team. Like, has the Echo Saber build trying to take advantage of that universal hero aspect, but you're not really going to get a chance to right-click people when the opponents are just twice as strong as you and twice as farmed as you.
Nisha? Alright, this is the fight. They're going to look for the defense. Because Mickey still wanting an engagement with this BKB that he hasn't used just yet.
And they get a Glimmer pick off here. I mean, Mirror's got a lot of control. The telekinesis into Aether Remnant, followed up with a Roar, could just be another death on Nisha. 0-3 and 1, a game where Nisha has been completely mitigated.
I've not felt the value out of his hero at all this game.
And they're camping the Tormentor here, 20 minutes coming up, so doesn't look like Liquid's in a position to stop that from happening.
Well, they might try and take a fight, though. Oh, nice placement with the Remnant. Not going to matter, though. Mira still be in some danger, but this is just space, and that's all it is. Like you said, they're already set up for the Tormentor, so Mira will help them get it. Looks like he's even going to get the Aghanim Shard as well for the space that he made.
Yep. Bloodseeker got, getting as low as he did, though, did give Bloodseeker a ton of movement speed, helped him get the Rubik kill. Also found a courier or two now on the side of Team Liquid, so they are fighting back here. Definitely one of the downsides of these Tormentors is it can put you in a bit of a vulnerable position, and Spirit maybe got a bit greedy there, having just 2 heroes go for the Tormentor and the other 3 kind of splitting off. But Liquid able to take back some ground.
They also get the Helm of the Overlord creep. Meanwhile, mid lane, Yatoro, a beautiful Chrono onto 2 with a Chain Frost as well to bounce back and forth. Mickey will try and activate the BKB to get some separation, but the defensive blast off from Insania is just a little bit too late, and now he might have fed himself to the wolves as well. As Spirit, they'll split their attention to both the remaining members. They recognize they can kill both of them off with ease. That will be the case as Lal gets the double kill. Sapphire is well and truly on his way to being a late game scaling issue.
Yeah, they have a big Void problem here. No real answer at this point. Mjolnir, BKB, the Aegis. Doesn't even really need the Aegis in these fights, it feels like. And it's not just the Faceless Void. It's heroes like Beastmaster and Sapphire who are also scaling. Supports are happy. They're getting all these free Ag Shards now. Rubik already getting his, and they're going to go for the second Tormentor now. They're going to be a little bit careful, Laura.
Dude, he's going to die. Why is he not moving?
He was just committed. At some point, he's just like... I think he's like, if I leave the Beastmaster, like, maybe my Beastmaster will die, but Look, watching the best Dota players in the world dying to Tormentors will never get old.
So funny. We saw that multiple times in the Major as well. Of course, 9Pandas had a couple of those awkward moments. Nisha's gonna get
last.
I was gonna say he's just gonna get another Helm of the Overlord creep as well.
Yeah, it's like last time when they went for the Tormentor, the Bloodseeker's like, oh, they're all low. I've got all this extra movement speed. I'm gonna go kill a support. So they're both times they killed a Tormentor, the poor Mira died on Rubik.
Come on, boys, step it up. Can't have me dying like that. Can't feed the beast.
Right. Could be in some trouble. Looks okay.
we had Prior as well with Mira making space for Dire to steal the Radiant Tormentor. He got the shard, and this time with Snapfire going down for his efforts, he got the shard as well. So something about dying gives you shards apparently is Mira.
Yep.
Once again looking for the Glimmer Cape set up. They're actually going to smoke on Liquid, so still they've got the deficit. With the vision they have layered down, maybe they don't want to take the fight. Make a straight TP out. He will show away from the team, and now with that Spirit, they should feel pretty comfortable about trying to take a fight down bottom.
What's their Liquid up to here? They've smoked 3 heroes behind enemy lines. have a little wraparound. But they only have 3 heroes here. I don't see how they make this work unless they obviously just want to pick off here. Get some good vision down, but this is not a team fight they can take in the team spirit.
I run into Lyle though.
Nope.
See if the position is going to be on point. They might get a glimpse of him shortly inside the lane, but will they continue to go for it though? 2,000 health they're going to have to go through. Lyle's got no one nearby though to protect him, so a very cute maneuver from Liquid will give them the kill. Meanwhile though, Yatoro to solo Chronosphere used onto Mickey. He's going to try and play around with the BKB. Rupture Soul for Mira. Make sure there is no escape. As once again, Mira has something to say here. The last word in those engagements. Bottom lane, another fight though, Maposhka. Looks like he's going to try and split away from the Beastmaster, so hopefully Collapse can make it out. And it looks like that will be the case as well.
Yeah, not ideal that you lose the Bloodseeker, but Liquid doing a good job of finding trades around the map, isolating heroes who are just a little bit alone and finding what pickoffs they can get. So the game continues to not look great for them in terms of just how their draft is going to scale against the Faceless Void. And obviously losing your carry, not great, but you know, they are getting some things on the map. But it continues to be Spirit who are in a very cozy position, probably just waiting for another Roshan.
Whoa. All right, they just evaporated the health pool of Nisha, and now Zai as well. He's probably going to be chased down. It's both the cause Yatoro and Collapse in combination together. A little bit hesitant though, Yatoro. Liquid, they're going to try and bring some members up top just to try and protect Zai if required, and that will be the case, so Zai will live to see another day.
Now we start seeing that transition from the Snapfire into those right-clicking damage items. Has the Manta and the Daedalus queued up. Also a Lincoln Sphere. Hopefully we just go straight to that Daedalus. But has gone for those talents to give him as much right-click damage as possible with the little Shredder attacks.
And they're going to get even scarier as well. Get that level 20, then the level 25. It will be a very big issue. And I wonder how they're going to be able to address him. Is it up to Nisha to jump the Snapfire in the fight, you feel?
Probably has to be. Or I guess Bloodseeker just get on top of him and try to just right-click him down, but I think there's just too many problems. Like a full 5-on-5 fight, I'm just not sure how you approach it because I don't think you can with the Faceless Void Chrono. And most likely you're going to be looking at 5v5 fights where, like, Spirit could well just have an Aegis. But probably, I mean, I think the win condition for Liquid to me is probably going to like be smoking around that Roshan respawn and trying to catch Spirit in the Rosh pit. Win a fight around like maybe a Techie's blast off, but easier said than done.
It just feels like they have to kill way too many heroes though.
Yeah.
If you don't jump any of the supports, they can protect the cause. Even the Beastmaster as well with the roll can prove to be a very big issue. I mean, this Nullify is going to be a huge item for Zai, but he's still a little bit away from completing that last component, so maybe that can help, especially with the Frost Shield damage mitigation as Mira. He still has this Rupture stolen, so Nisha's going to be ever so cautious. Does look like he's going to be able to get the TP out. I mean, what Yatoro showing the lane up top, everyone is away from the Faceless Void. This is probably the best opportunity that Liquid are going to have in a very long time to get the counter, but Yatoro, he doesn't care, man. Jumps over the top, gets the Chrono onto 2. Yatoro knows no fear. Lyle's going to try and TP in to offer some assistance. He'll die straight away, though, and Yatoro still will not escape. So finally, Liquid will catch a break. It does come at quite the cost in both Mickey and Boxy's life, but you will take that trade any day of the week when you are 10,000 gold behind.
Yeah, 2k gold swing. That's a huge win for them. I mean, the Void with that Scotty timing. He was just, like, the last few times, like, we saw the Bloodseeker and him kind of trade blows, it felt a lot more even. That fight, it was just absolute annihilation there. Mickey just lost his entire health pool. Instantly, it felt like Yatoro with the perfect Chrono on 2, but great job by Liquid to just bring in numbers and punish Yatoro for that over-aggression.
It was just the read from them as well, and it's just the small thing that teams do when they're playing from behind, forcing reactions to the side lanes, making them overcommit. And sometimes it can give you that one possibility, that one fight maybe, where you get a pick off on a core that can snowball from there. But unfortunately for them, with it being a 2-2 trade, it means they aren't really set up to be able to potentially take Roche away. So they might still look for a fight. Who knows? Chrono is on cooldown, still for another 50 off the back of the respawn. That could be the opening they're looking for to take a fight before Spirit gets set up.
He's got a 45-second window, so...
Sorry, I thought they were going through the rift. That scared me for a second.
Liquid's all making their way up there. They're all TPing towards that top part of the map. They want to force this fight. Aurora just defensively from Collapse to get away from Zai here, so... I think Liquid smell an opening here. They are walking past a ward in the top lane, so all these rotations towards top are being read. They're forcing Roshan. Can they kill this quick enough? It looks like they may be able to bring it down before Liquid get here, but it's going to be tight.
It's going to be close. It's going to be so close. Still keep in mind, Chrono on cooldown. Another 15 seconds. Liquid, they're going to go. It'll be a bit too late, though. No one there to be able to scout out. What's the call? Do you take the fight or not? Yutoro, he'll jump straight into Nisha, but of course he's got the Aegis. Yutoro's going to be playing around with the second life, so the Faceless Void can posture very aggressively, and they're just going to have to feed Zai to the wolves. He'll buy some time with the ultimate, but the Chrono's back up, so this fight gets even more difficult now for Liquid. Rupture's going to be there for the potential turnaround. Zai's making a lot of space to try and help them get the kill onto Mira, but the damage, it'll be there now thanks to Mickey, but the Chrono once again is even better from Yutoro, catching up two members. Boxy will delay the inevitable as the Decrypt keeps Mickey alive, but Yutoro will now just turn his attention over to the Pugna and simultaneously Collapse and Lyle together will be able to chase down Nisha. So both the supports on Spirit, they are more than happy with taking that exchange, as once again, they're going to be able to come out on top and they don't even lose the Aegis.
Yeah, such a, I think a necessary risk from Liquid to try and force that fight, but Spirit are ready for it. Even forcing Roshan without Chrono. Obviously, they had it come up later in the fight and Yutoro hit a beautiful one. But for Liquid, it's so hard to approach the Roshan hit because of the vision disadvantage. You had numerous dire wards in this top lane, seeing Liquid's approach. You have the Hawk from the Beastmaster, so positioning-wise, you can't just walk in the pit because you're going to be walking into like a Roar and the meat grinder of the Snapfire. So in the end, Liquid just couldn't really find a clean way to get into the pit and stop the Aegis from being picked up by Spirit. And the longer you take, just means more time for Chrono to come back up.
I will say in the end as well, it really still felt like that was kind of Liquid's way to take fights with just killing the supports. They are so much easier than any of the other cores with how squishy they are. We saw Nisha put a lot of emphasis with jumping the Rubik to start, then getting on top of Miposhka as well, and trying to just give them that time, but when you just set up for a Chrono like that, it's going to prove to be disastrous. It doesn't matter if the supports are down. Yutoro is so farmed that he can just kill anyone inside that. And Zai? Outside the base, Boxy might be able to offer some protection.
I mean, now Yutoro has a Satanic. You're just never bringing him down twice in a team fight. Maybe if he's like alone without an Aegis, you could kill him, but he's got to be the last target.
Oh, Zai's hunting.
Try and go on.
That's a lot of damage on him at Poshka with the cookie. La's going to be able to protect his position 5. They're onto Collapse. Not going to have the damage at the moment. It's Collapse with a Roar onto the Bloodseeker. It'll keep him healthy. Mickey's still looking to turn. It's a good start for Liquid. It's a very good start. But can they get more out of it? Maybe this is the turning point. Chrono's going to be back off the back of the respawn. They're going to go for everyone else before they get set up as Yutoro now. Still got the BKB. Can he do it by himself? Another Chrono onto 2. Importantly, it connects onto the Pugna as well. And Yutoro, quick BKB into the TPR. He reads there's going to be no way to address that, but Liquid, signs of life once again for them.
Zai just charged in at this Lich, and like, you've kind of, I think, highlight how Liquid has to approach these fights. Just kill these supports. They're so much squishier. They have all these useful, annoying utility tools, like the Frost Shield. You've got the Solar Crest, the Pavis on the Lich, the Rubik with all his spells that he can steal. So if you take out these supports, it really limits what I think the rest of the Spirit team can do. Like, the Void is somewhat reliant on the control that heroes like Rubik and Lich bring to the far forward, and to just die basically for nothing in that fight.
Big question is, can they replicate that though, Parker, in these upcoming fights? Do it the once. Can you keep doing it though?
That's the thing. The top lane fight was when Spirit had all the vision and thought around it. It's so much easier to position and approach a fight as a support when you can, you know, see everything. When you're the ones kind of playing right outside the enemy base, they see you. There's no real easy places to hide. It was daytime as well, so in the end, the supports did not really have any ability to hide. Yeah, another Tormentor dead. Let's see how Liquid go. Alright, they're fine.
Yeah, they're fine. Who was the shard? It was either Insania or Boxy, it looked like. Probably would have, I mean, you definitely would have preferred the techies.
Yeah. You formed a Poshka. Still doesn't have a shard. They've killed 3 Tormentors and he hasn't gotten one.
It's a very good shard as well. Very, very good shard, so... He's still making do with what he's got this game currently from Miposhka. The net worth lead, it's down to 8k. Liquid, they are fighting back. They're doing a great job at being able to cut into this lead, but still there were a lot of concerns on how they're going to scale into Team Spirit. There's a great ward inside the lane. Yatoro, he's got so much vision to play with. Boxy, instant blink away. There is a sentry laid down though, so they're going to see the Glimmer Cape TP up, and of course he gets a first hit bash.
Every time. And that sentry, I think, yeah, still just there from the Roshan fight, which makes sense. It's not like some lucky thing. You're going to have sentries around the Rosh pit, but the first, if that wasn't a first hit bash, I think he gets away.
And now that kill, may have been level 25 before him, but there's the backtrack, lull, level 20 as well. There's the items, but also now the talents are going to start to come into play for Spirit. They're even going to feel like they can potentially be strong enough to go high ground, even without the second life. Great vision set up inside the base. A ward along with a Hawk. This is not going to be an easy defense.
Just kind of around. Letting Spirit have their way. They want the backlines.
Once again, onto Lal. Great defensive telekinesis, going to be able to get Lal over to the left side. Do they want to put all their attention over towards Yatoro though? Mickey's going for the man fight. They do have the Pugner on the outside though. Is the life drain enough to be able to keep the Bloodseeker alive? It's not. He's got a buyback on Mickey, got to look to rejoin, but it might be too late. The overwhelming amount of damage will tear them all apart as Team Spirit have 0 casualties and they can look to stand strong. What's going to stop them of going for the finishing fight? 4v5 now for this last defense.
Yeah, there's just so little left in the tank. They used all their ultis, even without a chrono now. Void's just not the target you can really go on. You've got to still go on these supports, and with the wraparound, they didn't really find the supports. They found Laurel, so Rubik and Lich were still able to just use all their utility items, keep everyone alive, and without these supports going down, it just feels like there's no way for Liquid to approach these fights.
It's just a great way for them to disrupt the fights, and it feels like they're going to continue to be able to do that with the stolen aphotic shield now from Mirror, even the defensive telekinesis, which was they just wanted to try and blow up La with that jump in with the rupture and the Abaddon, but as soon as that wasn't a plate, Mirror again now. This time it's aggressive onto Mickey. That's a dieback. And now Niche is going to be caught outside the base as well with the instant stun into the fog. It's a Hail Mary play from Insania to try and keep his mid laner alive, but it will be to no avail. The Spirit will be able to tie up the series, so the trend for them will continue, Parker. Another tie.
Something, yeah, I don't know what it is.